Good evening, PLW Nation. It's Thursday night. That means PLW Nation. That's me and J-Dub. Our time to shine.
Favorite day of the week right here, baby.
Yeah, this is
talking whiffs, man.
This is almost more fun than me playing on Saturdays.
Oh, I get a different level of excitement for these shows. I love talking about whiffs. I love seeing the upcoming matchups, reviewing the previous matchups. It's all exciting.
Yeah, we got a trade to talk about. We'll get to that right before the power rankings. We've had some trades that almost were, that weren't.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a big blockbuster trade, but it ended up falling through.
So we're going to get right to the first series. This one, Vader's. Oh God, I can't. I'm having a brain fart there.
Vader's played the Snappers.
Vader's played the Snappers. I didn't mean to stick a wound here. So the player in this series is good for me is Nate Stepna, and it wasn't really about stats.
Yeah.
It was about what he brings to their team.
He's a big team guy for them, sure.
He's a team guy. He hasn't played in, 6 months or whatever. He comes right out stroking.
He's looking good, man.
Yeah.
He's looking good.
First highlight is literally first inning.
Yeah.
Stepna sets the tone. We're going to go to that quick highlight right here. This is Nate Stepna just right off the bat, setting the tone for the Vaders.
It was a great swing, man. A good start for sure. It's what you want out of the definitely out of
yeah, it's a little long here. I'm the one doing the cutting, guys, so I'm not really experienced at it. I just kind of throw them up there, but this is literally Nate just.
All right, Trevor, we can cut away from the video
boom.
now.
And it's first pitch he sees. It's 2-0 after a Santi one walk, and that kind of sets the tone for me in this series.
Well, when you can get things like that out of guys like Step, I mean, you're in a good spot. Obviously there's stars over there, and Nate Stepton is nothing short of a star, but when you're behind guys like Eder and Billy and Tanner and Gio and Hutton, all these big hitters in that lineup, it's like, oh shit, they got excuse my language. Oh shoot, they have Stephen in their lineup as well, and it's like that's a really, really good hitter to have in your 5-6 hole. You know what I mean? A lot of teams don't have that good of a 5-6
He's in a 2-hole.
Yeah. Exactly. He's just another good guy on that roster.
One of the few teams that can probably bat 7.
Absolutely.
And be like, oh, you can bat 7. Nobody's gonna say anything.
100%.
So and then again, and not to be outdone, you guys battled in this first game.
Yeah.
Briner kind of gets you guys going with doing what TB does.
Yeah.
The next highlight is a TB7.
Yeah.
Little touch here, and he hits a bomb and gets you guys right back in the game, and kind of takes the lead. And it's like, okay, he pulls his hands into his belt buckle.
I mean, if he doesn't swing at that, it might hit him in the hip.
Yeah, he literally pulls his hands in, almost like watch where his hands are.
That's just
show that one more time.
It's just a little bit about what TB7 can do and what he's capable of.
Yeah, he pulls his hands in so much, and that gives you guys the lead. And
off of Eder too, he's looked really good.
Yeah, Eder's been almost unhittable, and he hits that, and it's just
being smoked.
Nobody moved. Walensky doesn't move. Yeah. He's like, I'm not getting that. But you guys are up in this game, and it looks like it's Snappers back to normal. It's going to be a roll, and then they get Brian to walk out, and unfortunately for Shane, he's walked into one of these buzzsaws. It seems like every time he comes in. Yeah. And then Stepna hits a second bomb of the game.
That's kind of our biggest issue this year's pitching.
Yeah, so go ahead.
It's a big problem for us, man, and I hope we're supposed to be addressing it soon. I can't, I don't want to jump the gun or anything, but we have our eyes on a big pitcher in the league that we might be able to make a move for.
Yeah, so we're going to show the second. This is Stepna's second home run, and this kind of for me puts the icing on the cake. And again, it's Weber walking into something, and
I think it's just it's smoked, man.
Nobody moves.
Taylor's like, we're not getting that one.
That seals the deal. That puts them up for good there. They kind of walk away from you in the last 2 innings, and they get that game going. They take the first game, and then the second game is not fun for anybody to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I only picked the one highlight on this, and I think it's just an Eder bomb just because I wanted to show Kyle hitting a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But this series got ugly in a hurry in this game, and I wasn't out here. Was the wind a factor in...
I wasn't there either.
Oh, you weren't there either?
Yeah, I had a family thing I had to get to, so I wasn't able to make that series.
Yeah, so I mean, I got to watch it. I mean, I watched it on the stream, and
we weren't getting swept that series while I was there.
Yeah, and so the next one is
series if I'm there.
So
we got a Geo bomb. We got a Geo bomb.
Oh, a Geo bomb. Okay, so
I love watching lefties hit bombs.
So this is Geo getting on the thing, and he throws that big cannon. Yeah. So that's a lefty bomb here. So there we go. This is Geo just pumping one out again. Inside, pulls his hands in, lifts it, and
I don't think you guys understand. That ball started at center field. That ball started towards the container.
Yeah, literally so he starts it, and Taylor has a beat on it.
Yeah.
And he can't catch it because it goes out.
Keeps going.
That was kind of the microcosm of that game.
Yeah. It was one of the things where nothing went right for us and everything went right for them, and they played well. Obviously, we had them as number one in our rankings, and they showed it.
Yeah, there was a reason. So this is kind of a theme for this week. There were 4 sweeps this week, and it was kind of some of the big teams running away and hiding.
Yeah.
Then the last game, Trevor had to let me know what that one was because I had a brain fart. I have 2 different books here, and one's gone. But this is again another close game where you guys are right in it, 6-4.
It looks like another step in the highlight.
Oh yeah, another step. This is his 3rd home run of the series. Because he hit 2 in the first series, and then he hits this 3rd one.
Look at that.
Yep, and it's him going, kind of sealing the deal here. Little 3-run bomb and effortless.
It's just a great swing, man.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
And it's like there's a lot of wind blowing out that day, but all 3 of those swings are gone without the wind.
Yeah, without the wind.
Good series out of you, Stepna.
Yeah, he had a good series. The Vaders look like the Vaders. Yep. You guys were missing a little pitching, and again, I mean, I kind of feel for Shane, a guy who doesn't really walk out, and he's walked into some buzzsaws.
And the biggest thing about Shane is he's really good at getting outs through contact. It's another thing I used to be until I figured out how to strike people out, but Shane does it really well. He gets people to roll over, gets people to little pop-ups here and there, and it's like on windy days, There's no
little pop-ups.
Yeah, when you're a contact pitcher, anything hitting in the air is gone. So it's like it's rough for Shane on those situations. But Shane's a great pitcher in this league, and we all know it. And it's just one of those things where, like you said, he ran into a buzzsaw, ran into the wind. They were hitting the ball well, and you guys saw it was 15-0.
So that takes them to a 10-game winning streak, and they're coming after my Legends record 14-game winning streak. So we'll see what that. The second series has the Vipers. And who the Vipers?
The Owls.
The Owls. So again, this is another one that gets out of hand in a
we
hurry.
predicted this one.
We kind of hit this one on the head, though.
Wait, what did I say? I said they were scoring 35 plus that series. Remember I said that last Thursday?
They didn't get the 35 plus, but they did get the 34.
Wow.
34.
I'm almost spot on there. I need to go to State Line, put me a lottery ticket in or something.
So this one, right off the bat, I want to say this is a Tannic bomb right off the bat. And this is kind of like, this team is just going to bash you to death.
Yeah.
Like there's no...
I mean, they're a death by 1,000 cuts, but they also hit the ball very, very hard. It's like going through death row right now. That lineup is unreal right now. And shouts out to them. They're hitting the ball really well.
Yeah, I mean, if the first 4, I look at the first 4, and it's like, in no order, just there are ones that come in my head. It's Tannic, Hicks, McDowell, Tavano.
Yeah. And no disrespect to the back end of that lineup. It's just like, you have Flentai, who they take good swings. So it's not like they're easy outs. But when you get to those guys, you have to get those guys out because once you get to the top, like you said, even if Keegan shows, you got to get through Tannic. You got to get through Tavano. You got to get through McDowell. You got to get through Hicks. You got to get through – even AJ's been putting together good bats. And if Keegan's there, you got to get through Keegan. Like, that lineup, it just doesn't get easy. Especially like when you get to the top, you're like, oh, man, here we go.
Yeah, so hit me with that first highlight, Trev. Oh, so this is the Jordan Flentai. This is the 3-run yah-yah.
There it is. Yeah,
down the line.
Dustin Flentai's putting together good at bats. It's just like when guys like that are hitting bombs, like you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're in a lot of trouble.
That's the 6. Yeah, my memory, you're right, Jameson. My memory is garbage. That's why I write stuff down. But that's the 6 hole. They took a lot of walks in this series. I think in one game they took 10 walks. Yeah. Like they get you to roll over. They get you to do whatever. And then, like you said, if guys like Flentai are if you don't pitch to Flentai there, you know who's on deck? Adam Tannic.
Yeah, and if you get Tannic out,
it's
look who's behind him.
Then
you have Tavano. It's just like it doesn't get any easier. Man.
Yeah,
like what happened? How are you guys hitting that? Well, I need the secrets. This is like some secret drink or something. I need some of it.
Right? You're like, where do we get this? Because they got some big.
I think 2 of them are hitting over 400. I think Tavano's hitting over 400. I think McDowell's hitting over 400 on the season. Like, I think all 6 of their hitters are above like 315. Like,
they have 4 guys with 15 RBIs on the season. 2 of those have 20.
Yeah, it's not real.
Their run differential is more runs than almost twice as many runs as the Legends have scored all season. So they're bashing away.
Yeah, Tannic says 34 FML. Yeah, dude, you let me down, Tannic. I said 35 plus. And what is this 34 crap? Come on, man.
Well, they can only score 15 in the second game.
That's true.
15 in the second game. Again, this is another game where they get going early and no offense.
Early and often
the wind's blowing out. They're fly ball hitters, and the Owls are just snake bit with.
Yeah.
I won't say it's a mistake, but it's like, okay, they didn't turn the double play.
Yeah.
A ball sneaks under somebody's arm, or they miss to walk somebody by,
Yep.
like
You know
this.
what they say? The wiffle gods.
Yeah, the wiffle
Make
gods.
one error, it can get ugly quick.
Yeah, so let's go to that second highlight. We'll narrow this one. So this is Tannick in the bottom. This is where they just seal the deal, and he hits this to center, and I don't think anybody moves on that one. That's halfway up the berm. Tannick
That
hits
makes it, what, 12-3 at that point?
Yeah, that makes it 12-3. The game ends at 15-3. They hit another to walk it
I
off.
don't even know who that was pitching.
That is Leonard Quinville. I think I said Leonard's right. He plays on the 86ers in the PCL.
Okay.
Night Owls were short players. They had,
Gotcha.
they had a lot of emergency
No
guys.
Levi, I'm assuming?
Levi had probably walked out by that point.
Oh, wow.
So they had walked out.
Yeah.
That kind of rolls into the third game. Third game's not quite as a bloodbath.
Yeah.
The Owls get to play all six. They lose that game 7-2. Tannick is our player this week, and the reason rightfully so, he leads the team in wins. He gets all 3 wins in the series.
Yeah.
So he does the trifecta that we've already had happen with Khalid. Sally gets it, right? For that one series, he got, he pitched 9 pitches and got 3 wins. Tannick had to work a little bit, 7 2/3, 8 Ks, only 4 walks, a .78 ERA.
That's good. It's a really good series.
Yeah, he goes 6 for 11 with 2 home runs. He scored 7 runs, and he had 6 RBIs.
Yeah, that's a good series, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a great series here. I think we got one more.
Looks like we got some fun people in the
we
group
got
chat there.
Mateo.
We got Mama Gammy in there. We got Runnels.
We got Runnels. Got Tannick, Miller, Jamison Steed, my manager for the 86ers. He's taking some keen interest. He wants to get some scouting.
That's cool. I gotta give shouts out, man, to Mama Gammy out there. She's always in here supporting the league, supporting her son. So shout out to you, Mama Gammy. We love you.
So this is a Tavano bomb. Tavano hits a grand slam.
I think that's in game 3, right?
Yeah, game 3, and it's a grand slam, and this kind of like just deflates everything. It just ends the series.
I mean, it makes it ugly after that, man.
Yeah, it's 7-2, but he hits the bomb here, and it's
that's
in
off
the
Levi.
and it's in the first, and that's
that's game 2. Oh, so he hits 2 of them?
yeah, he hits 2 of them.
2 grand slams?
No, he hits 1 grand slam.
He says Toronto grand slam and game 3 grand slam.
Yeah, so this is the grand slam that he hit.
Game 2.
That's game 2, and then he hits one in game, and in game 3 he hits another home run.
My. So 8 RBIs in 2 swings.
Yeah, so
There's people that don't even have 8 RBIs through the season.
yeah, that was we only have one guy with I think 9 RBIs, and he's only played 6 games. DC. Everybody else has less than. We have nobody with double digits.
Here's the game 3 one.
Yeah, here's the.
Oh,
game.
this is Hicks.
Yeah, that's Hicks with another grand slam. So they hit back 2 grand slams in the series.
Look at that Holligan. Like he took his hat off. He's waving the white flag, man. Get us out of here. Look, watch him. Watch Holligan here. Oh wait, no, bro. Show that one more time, Trev. I gotta see that one more time. I need to see that. He was waving his hat like, man, please, someone get me off this field.
Get me out of here.
Poor Night Owls. Here it is right here. Watch.
Yeah, this is a 3-1 count. You're just
It's a 1-1 ball game, top 5. The Owls are probably thinking maybe we can grab one, and then Hicks is like, "Nah, we're not gonna let that happen." Watch Holligan here. Watch. Look, watch him waving. Like he's like, "Get me out of here, please. Get me out of here."
yeah. So again, I think the Night Owls. The record doesn't show it. They were in 2 of these 3 games.
Yeah.
They weren't in the 15-3 game, but they were in the 12-5 game. They were in the 7-2 game. They played well, but just the results aren't there yet.
They're a team that's like kind of raw on the edges right now. They have talent over there. They just have to be able to hone in that talent and be able to figure out what everybody's role. And I want to see more Miller on the mound. I know that's what I really wanted to see throughout the season because I think that kid's very talented. We just haven't seen him pitch yet. We know he's a good hitter. We know he's amazing in the outfield. Let's see him on the mound a little bit.
Yeah, I think the finger's going to be healed where he can use where he's not favoring it.
Yeah.
Trying to hide it or keep it off the ball. So
and at this point, I think you kind of need to figure out what you have in Miller and you have in certain guys because I'm not going to say the season's a throwaway for them right now, but things aren't looking good. So something's got to happen. Somebody besides, Levi has to be able to hold it down over there as far as pitching. I know Holligan's starting to figure it out a little bit, but they need somebody else. Somebody else has to come through for that team.
So Holligan, before that grand slam, literally threw 3 pitches to McDowell that might have missed by a total of, because that was with 2 outs.
Yeah.
By a total of 1.5 inches.
That's crazy.
And he's just trying to throw strikes, and it just misses out, just misses in. And McDowell took the walk because he did 2 straight walks with 2 outs.
Yeah.
And then Levi.
Floodgates opened.
Yeah, floodgates open, and that's kind of where it was. Third series of the night, the only non-sweep. You're welcome, PLW Nation.
No.
So the Lightning against the Legends. Yep. I remember this series because I was actually there. This game, the first game gets out of hand because they score 11 in the third inning.
Yeah.
But before that, we were ahead.
Yeah.
You know, we were ahead 6-4 going into the inning. Trout is the big number here. He steps up big in this particular series for them. So the first one we got in game one, which is kind of like what opens the floodgates for them. You'll see, I think we're ahead.
Yeah.
We just put a couple of runs on the board. DC hit a 3-run bomb. We're feeling it. And then Jaden Trout says, "Not so fast, my friend."
Jaden Trout hits one?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Man, this kid swings so hard.
And he gives us the bat flip. And one of the home runs before that.
You guys were up at some point 6-4 in
Yeah,
this
we were
game?
6-4. They scored 11 with nobody out. And that's how they end the game. That's how they walk it off. Judy, hey, how are you doing? We appreciate you guys in the chat. We got 45 viewers. That's up. Wow. We're getting there. We're getting
Judy
there.
Says, hey guys, appreciate this recap and both Brad and Jed. Of course, Judy, that's what we're here for.
Yep. And
give the fans a little bit of insight on the league.
So if you got to watch that game, Kyle Eder actually calls that shot.
Really?
As he's talking, the pitch is in the air and it goes.
That's crazy. Was he in the booth?
Yeah, he was in the booth. I told you, he's running for office. He was in the booth like 7 times the last 3 weeks. He's running for office. Second game, a little bit closer. Offense is at a premium. It's 6-2 is the final. This one is a Tyler Hallett. You know, this is one of those where
Mr. Salad.
The home run numbers haven't showed up yet, but he's hitting piss missiles.
I mean, he's another guy that's kind of like we talk about Mateo. Oh, they're slumping, but they're hitting 370. So it's like their slumping is a lot of people's best. So yeah, Tyler might not have the home run numbers right now, but he's definitely putting bat on the ball, and those home run numbers are going to come through eventually for him.
Yeah, let's show that clip. Like, they literally, this is no doubter here off DC. Knuckleball up, and
you leave it up.
Sansone
you know what happens when you leave it up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know in this league, you leave that pitch up, it's not coming back.
Yeah, so we were in the first game.
Yeah.
I thought we had a chance to win it. Didn't happen.
Yeah. There's all the pitchers were there. Casey, Billy,
no Trench, no Cade, but we had our lineup. No excuses.
Yeah.
We got beat. They deserved to win.
It's a big series for them as well. Kind of a little get back because
they needed that. Game 3, a little different story. Their bats go ice cold, and that is thanks to my man JT Church.
Tell you, a lot of people sleep on Church, man.
Don't sleep on JT Church.
He might be a strike thrower, but he's an effective strike thrower. I will give him that.
Although we are going to slay him right here. He hit me with a stat. There's somebody you won't expect has a higher batting average career-wise than he does.
What's his batting average career-wise?
0.34.
Church's is?
Tara Hall is 0.37. She has a better career batting average than JT Church does.
Better or worse?
Better. She's 0.03 points better.
Oh, my.
Sorry, JT.
You're all right, Church. We'll get you one, Church. Next time we play you guys, tell Brad to put your lineup. I'll give you a hit.
Absolutely. Got to get him a hit. So game 3, this is the legend game that kind of we always see that we do. Yeah. We're trailing the whole game. 6th inning comes, and guess who comes to the plate?
DC.
My man DC. Yep. Show us that clip.
When in doubt, put DC at the dish.
What's the bat flip?
Oh, my God.
And my man,
I'm telling you,
Cody's in the booth.
I was talking to Cody, and I was talking to Alex, because me and Alex are roommates. Cody comes over, we were all hanging out, and we're all talking about, my personal 2 scariest hitters that I do not like seeing at the dish are Derek Corral and Andrew Leday. Those are the two most, in my opinion, I hate facing both of them, because DC, for sure, I think he's hitting I forgot about Miller. Miller's hitting amazing, too, but I'm more scared of DC.
Yeah.
Guy's super clutch, and I think in his career he's probably 10 for 11 off maybe 4 homers, but in Leday as well. So when you said nobody else at the dish, I already knew it was DC. I mean, it comes through for you guys all the time.
With 2 outs.
Yeah.
So with 2 outs.
Man, so if he's out, it's ball game.
Yeah, if he makes it out, it's ball game.
Yeah.
We scratch another run with my rookie Brendan Height.
Yeah.
Right? So we take a 2-1 lead. JT has 1 inning left. This is his last inning. Yeah. He has nothing left. We're going to go with him. And we have a clip here where man Tim Riley comes up and he puts a charge into one. Timmy, but the greatest living American, Nick Sansone says, "Not today.
Got a highlight on this
Not
one
today."
Too? I need to see this one. Oh! A little volleyball spike. Wow, that would have been a tie of the game.
That would have been a tie of the game. Like he puts a charge into it.
Oh, wow! Sansone got up for that one.
JT gets the next guy. You know, we get out of the inning, we win the game there, and we salvage the split. It's a bad split, but we'll take it. We were in 2 of those games. No excuses. We got beat. But I like where my team's at. I think the Lightning needed that little charge because the top 2 guys of both teams at the top are in 10-game winning streaks.
Yeah.
They're trying to run away and hide.
Yeah.
That concludes Saturday.
Sashi says the athletes in this league are incredible. Yeah, they are. You included.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I love Nick Sansone. He won't be here this week because he's out partying. But he literally has a new hip, guys. You didn't get to see Nick Sansone, you know.
Yeah, he talked to me all the time when I was talking about his old softball days. I said, "What position do you play?" Thinking he was probably in your catcher first base. He was like center field.
Yeah.
I was like, holy smokes.
You guys don't know what you were missing. Yeah. We go to Saturday, and Saturday is the ugliest series I've ever seen.
Who's their first game Saturday?
Cajuns, ONEs. So the final score is 39-4. I wish Lohman was around because he could tell us who has the most runs ever scored.
39-4. I know there was a series. I think it was season 2 or 3. I think the Night Owls blanked. They put 0 in all 3 games, and I think it was against the Vipers or something like that. And it was a really big margin. But 39-4, that might be the biggest.
39-4 was the final.
Cody says, "Here's your 35+ in the series, J-Dub. I knew someone wouldn't let me down."
So we'll go back to one series. Yep, we'll go back to one series. Purdy's the player of the game. He went 1-0 with a 2.04 ERA, 10 Ks in 8 innings. He hit 429 for the series. He had a couple RBIs, and he scored 4 runs, and he's at the bottom of that lineup. Yeah. So I think he was deserving of that player. You could have picked anybody, really. Jaden Trout could have been it.
There's right there. Tannick said in season 3, the Owls went 8 straight games without scoring a run.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. And then they played the Legends, and they won a series. So it's one of those things where it's just ridiculous. Cajuns get off early and often.
Yeah.
And this was guy we kind of talked about. Devlin Daniel is the first slayer here. I think he hits 2 in this series. But he starts it off and this first game is 15-0, and it's not pretty. Let's go to the clip real quick. You'll see this bomb.
Game 1 was 15-0?
Yeah. It's 4-0 in the second. Tyler Pete with 2 guys on hangs this little breaking ball, and he says, "Not today, gentlemen, not today."
Devlin has such a good-looking swing, too. It's a lot of power, a lot of, generated from the hips. It's a good swing, man.
Yeah, so he hit 2 in that game. I don't know if I got both. Yeah, Devlin. Yeah, Cody's wants to.
Devlin Menzel.
All had 3 homers.
Got to put in C-run in there. Yeah. All had 3 homers that series.
Yeah, 15-0. It's not pretty. They end it pretty early. They were right into the second game. Now the ones are in this game.
Yeah.
So the ones are really close, and I think
any Runnels home runs? We should have clipped one of those. I want to see him.
I think I clipped one just because. Yeah, I want to give Cody his flowers. Do you know what I mean? Because I got to get him one.
He does have one. He has the second Devlin.
So this is Devlin's second home run. This is the second one. This is another bomb that he hits in that first game, and this is another one that's no doubt.
This game 1 again?
Oh, yeah.
He ends it, too?
He ends it.
Oh, my.
All in the second inning. So he hit 2 home runs in the inning.
And they scored 15 by the second inning?
Yes. Yeah, it was not pretty.
Oh, my God.
Like Tyler Peters just there's the bat flip. I don't know whose bat flip was better, Devlin's or DC's. DC's was a little bit more.
DC's was more clutch, and it was more, smooth. I hate when people do the whole throwing it 20 feet in the air. I don't really care too much for that. But DC's was like, yeah, I'm that guy.
So, game 2, the ones are in this game. And this is one of those games where they're hanging around and you're wiffle ball gods and you're playing to the level of your competition, right? And then I want to say this is where the C-run comes in. They kind of have a little mini explosion because I want to say they were up 5-4. Yeah. The ones only down 1 going into the 6th, and then they explode.
I think we have a C-run home run, do we?
Do we have a C-run home run?
I think.
Yep. Let's hit it. This is C-run. So this is got to be C-run in game 2. I want to say it's in the third. Oh, this is This is the first inning.
The score's wrong.
Yeah, this is the first inning, first pitch. First inning,
who's
first
pitching? Did he throw his hands up like, really?
Spencer Barrett, yeah. So this is...
So he just gets the game started with a solo. I'm here.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here. But going into the sixth, the ones are only down 1 run in the sixth, and the Cajuns get 5.
Yep.
And I think this is like a Manziel home run, but I don't think I clipped it. I was just like, you know what? But the ones were in this game, and the championship.
I think we do have a Manziel one.
Oh yeah, hit it. Let's see it. I want to say this is let's hit it because this is a pretty swing right here.
Oof. God, that kid's. It's like controlled aggression is what that looks like.
So
that ball's just blasted.
Yeah, like literally the hands.
Look at this.
That ball is out onto the road.
Yeah. And what's crazy is a lot of his home runs come on the inner half of the plate, and to see him be able to extend his hands and get out to one is a good sign for them.
So they extend. Game 3 is another ugly one. Sashi wanted to get the complete game shutout, but he walked out. But this game is 14-0 through 3. Another just demolished. Like this just. But again, this was one of those games where the ones they had their chance and they just didn't. They didn't execute. And no Couts, no Stein. You know what I mean?
It was destined to happen that way.
It was destined to happen that way. I want to say they had, I don't know if they had Matt Kelly. I think they might have had Matt Kelly out there, so they had Matt Kelly out there.
This also couldn't have came at a worse time for the ones. You're playing the Cajuns, who are red hot now after the start they had. It's like now you just become kind of a punching bag for them, and the Cajuns, unfortunately, we have to play them after a series like this. So
yeah, but again, hopefully no weather this weekend, which means supposed to be nice and like it is today. This one, player of the game, Gavin Manziel. I hope everybody's sitting down for these numbers. 9 for 11.
It's not fair.
819. He hit 3 bombs, 6 RBIs. He scored 8 runs. And he had 2 walks. He was on base 11 times in 13 at-bats.
Yeah, it's like those numbers. That's like video game numbers.
So he has 20. I looked it up. He has 20 hits on the season. 10 are extra base hits.
Yeah, he's got to have the highest OPS, too. I know he's leading the league in average right now, but he's got to be leading OPS as well.
It's really close. I think it's lack of home runs, but it's because some people have a lot of home runs here.
I know he just hit 3 that series. I know he had 3 or 4 before. He's got to be leading. He has to be. I'd be shocked if he wasn't.
So Jay Buff... Kelly had to play for the Pharaohs. The Pharaohs had two emergency players. Yeah. The last series of the Bloodbath weekend, we're just going to call this the Bloody Saturday or Bloody Sunday.
Bloody Weekend.
Bloody Weekend. Bombers against the Pharaohs. The Pharaohs have 2 emergency players just to get them to a 6-person roster. Yeah. Tara Hall's on the roster.
I forgot who was in the booth for that game, but someone was like, can we at least get her some shoes?
Yeah. Tara has more plate appearances. I think Kyle hit us with this than like Ryan Chen. He just rattled off all these great players. And you're like, she has more plate appearances, and that's either.
Was the entire weekend? Did everybody get swept except for you guys?
Yeah, we're the only.
Every series was a sweep?
Every series was a sweep, with all the lower teams losing. And
Whoa! Relax. We're not a lower team, Brad. Let's relax.
You were lower than the team you played.
Let's relax a little bit, Brad. Okay.
So this series is just as bad. This one finishes 26-3 is the finals.
Oh my God.
The first one takes a little bit for the Bombers to get going, but our boy, your roommate, the movie star, Alice Fernandez.
The strongest Fernandez brother.
Hits a bomb right off the bat. This is it.
He always tells me how he's a home run hitter nowadays. It's a good swing, though.
Yeah, down and in, and just hits it.
That pitch was exactly where he wanted it, too.
Yeah, down and in, right at his knees, and he just crushes it.
J Buff says, I need that shirt, bro. I'm going to the concert Saturday night.
Yeah, he's going. He's going to take his stone. So that kind of extends. And then the next game, Logan Christie.
Oh, I actually watched this game. I went back and watched it. He tried. I watched it live.
This game was Logan Christie. Again, he's.
Bauer has the walk-off for game one.
Bauer got to show his own. He's doing the clips downstairs.
I love watching Bauer.
So let's have Bauer hit a home run. This is where he hits the walk-off to end it. This puts it out of reach. It's a grand slam walk-off.
Oh, wow, he actually got to that ball. It's a good swing for a great pitch, better swing. Look at that pitch was low. Look at the pitch was going.
I don't know. It was down.
Well, I know there almost had Trevor pass him up. That would have been an automatic out.
No, that's just bases.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But the second game, so Logan Christie kind of traveled around. Vader got the Vaders into the league as a pitcher. was a warbird. He was a night owl. Now he's a pharaoh of his own team. He should be getting some MVP votes because they have no business being in some of these games, and he carried them.
I mean, I watched this thing live. They almost snuck out this win.
In my opinion, they should, if they have one more player, because Logan drops a ball that he probably should have caught, but he's probably exhausted because he's been playing outfield with only 5 fielders. But then Mateo hits what I think. I mean, and I kind of write this in the rankings. Can you have a sweep and look bad?
Yeah.
Because if they don't sweep, the Bombers don't sweep, I think they would have looked bad here. Yeah. But I call this one Mateo saving the season.
Well, I want to say this too. I watching the game, I forgot who was in the booth for this game, but they had mentioned he was 0 for 4 with 4 Ks before this at bat.
Yeah.
0 for 4, Mateo.
Yeah.
0 for 4 with 4 Ks. So this was a big spot for Logan and Mateo. Mateo's due. Logan needs to get through one of the biggest hitters in the league to try to win this game, and we're going to show you guys exactly what happened between this matchup. Oh, my God. I know this one hurt Logan, man.
So Kenny Sandywan hits a triple after Logan drops a ball that he probably would have caught. Second baseman would have caught it. Yeah. Sandywan hits a great triple off the wall, just missing a home run. And that home run is number 100 for Mateo. So he gets to the 100 home run plateau.
Good for him, man. It's the home run king of PLW.
Right there. I mean, just something sick. Yeah. They needed that. I think it saves the season. It gets them to 500. They kind of have the wonky record because of that one game that you guys played against them. Both of you only played 14. Everybody else is 15. You'll make that up later. They sit at 7-7 because they get the 10-0 sweep in the last game.
Logan said that hurt watching again.
Yeah. I mean, if Logan just has another body out there, they make that play. Because I think if you ask Logan, do you make that catch 9 times out of 10? He says yes. Yeah. And then he can pitch different.
I got a comment from Mastives. The player talent needs to be more spread around besides just 3 teams having a stacked lineup. A lot of the teams are good in this league. It's just attendance issues right now, brother. That's all it is.
Yeah.
A lot of these teams are missing players. Like the Pharaohs are fully stacked. They're a good team that can compete. The ones can compete with full lineup with Chen and Schmitty and everyone else showing up. That's all it is. It's attendance right now.
Yeah, and it's key attendance. Yeah. If you didn't have Briner one week, there's weeks that I don't have. Like this week, I don't have DC or Sanso. Yeah. But I got Watkins. Yeah. You know.
It's like people say, I repeat it every week. Your best ability is availability. Yep. So when your key players are missing, you're going to lose series. Yeah. I mean, and Cody said it best. Teams got to learn how to draft. They got to draft better, trade better. I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play, but coming up, we got free agency, so we'll see a big shakeup between teams.
And we got a trade we're gonna announce right after these rankings. And the last game finishes 10-0. Game 3.
Oh,
Mateo hits another bomb. So is this the Mateo that is gonna potentially lead the league in home runs for a third straight year? Let's take a look.
I said this is gonna be him getting hot. If Mateo gets hot, watch out. Yeah, that ball's at South Point. I'll pick that thing up from the cashier's cage.
Yeah, that ball's at the poker room. That ball's out of here.
We'll get it from the 1-2 table when I get there. Right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to look at the...
Oh, my. Look at that ball.
Yeah. So, it was a bloodbath this weekend. 4 sweeps out of 5. Yeah. But there's a light in all those games. And if you watch the games, you probably saw this. The Snappers were up in game 1. Yeah. Briner walks out.
There ain't no light in our series. We need to do better. I don't care if we were up or not. We need to win. We need to win games.
Yeah, but you find a ball bounces differently, you win that game, right?
I don't do that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding. We looked good spots.
Yeah, the Owls, they were tied. Fighting. The Owls were tied going into the 5th, and like I said, Holligan missed one walks to McDowell by a total of an inch. Like they were great pitches. Yeah. The ones only down 1 going to the 6th, like with.
So sometimes the final score doesn't show the whole story. You know, these teams were in these games at some point, and they ended up going the other way.
Yeah, and all 4 of the sweeps, there's a point in every game where each of the teams that got swept had a chance to at least win 1 game. Yeah. I think we had a chance to win 2 and only won 1. Yeah. And we had a chance to lose all 3, but we made that one play. Yeah. So that's the recap. Now we've got a couple of trades, but the first trade we're going to talk about, we haven't really hit it yet. But we'll do the big one second. A couple minor deals. We already talked about the Bird for the second round pick going to the Vipers to kind of shore up the back end of that lineup. Mm-hmm. Barry Hutter gets traded from.
I saw it the other day. I was looking at standings and I forgot. He went to. Don't tell me. He went to the ones.
Yeah.
I was looking at the standings and I clicked on the team. I just wanted to see what what happened this weekend. Barry Hutter. When did he get to the ones?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Barry Hutter on the ones. He can play Saturdays, Sundays. He's a poker player, so he does stuff on Sundays, but it's a reliable bat. He's like 270 lifetime. Like,
did he get picked up or what happened? He got traded?
Yeah, he got traded.
What was the trade for?
A second-round pick.
Okay.
So he goes from a team he wasn't going to bat for, the Night Owls, and he gets a
good situation for both sides.
Yeah, gets a situation. And now we have the big trade. So this trade happened today. We'll throw up the graphic real quick. I think it's a great trade for both teams. Spencer Barrett, one of the best athletes in the league, goes to the Cajuns, and the ones receive Kyle Baker, an offensive machine that when he'll start being able to show up here a little later in the season. Yeah. Another guy who can hit. They get a second-round pick and a first-round pick.
So they got some really good value for Spencer. And the Cajuns received a really good outfielder. So both teams definitely benefit there, and Spencer's been looking good at the dish. So excited to see how they use Spencer. Maybe he gets a couple of bats here and there. Maybe he's going to play, every inning in the outfield for sure. And the ones receive Kyle Baker, in my opinion, has one of the better-looking lefty swings in the league. 2 draft picks for him. I think it's a win-win for both sides.
Win-win for both sides. I tend to agree. Free agency's coming. Spencer will be a free agent. He can play for whoever he wants. Yeah. They don't have to give up a whole lot. Baker's still under control for a couple of seasons. He's only got 3 seasons, I think, because he spent a couple seasons in the league.
I'm curious in your opinion, because I see a lot of people debating it in the chat. Who do you think wins this trade?
Cajuns.
I think the ones do.
You think
I think it's close, but to get a first round out of Spencer is huge.
Yeah.
And that they also get a second round and Kyle Baker. If Kyle Baker, if he shows, then I believe the ones. If Kyle Baker's kind of, spotty here and there, maybe makes a series here and there, then the Cajuns win that for sure. But I don't think there's really a spot for Spencer to hit in that lineup. So I think realistically as of right now, I don't know I think it's a defensive move, but I don't know. We'll see. I right now I think it's the ones. But if Spencer hits and they find a 300 hitter still out of Spencer, I think they win that trade. But as of right now, I got the ones.
Yeah, so I can't argue with you there. If Baker's hurt a little bit, but he shows up. If he's playoff eligible, he plays the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks. They're not making the playoffs, but if he can show up for when they need him in the relegation tournament, they got a 350 hitter, top of their order. That's going to.
Parson says now he's got to cover center and right. Jeez.
Yes, you got to cover it all, Richard.
What were we saying though?
Yeah, so that's what I think. I think that's a good trade. Spencer, the one thing that Cody and I talk about is that we have a lot of rosters that have 12 people on them, but managers don't play all 12 people. Yeah. And you get guys that get disgruntled and they don't want to play anymore, and then they stop showing up. And then when you need them, you don't have them.
Exactly.
Cajuns don't do that. They find a role for everybody. Hey, we're going to play you. And I'm sure Spencer made it painfully clear to everybody, I'm here to hit. Yeah. I want to hit. If I'll play defense every game, I'll be here whenever the weeks I'm saying I'm going to be here. But if I don't get the hit, I might as well stay where I'm at and be a free agent next season. So I kind of like that for both teams. Shore up the bottom of that lineup. Not that Sashi and Giordano, but there might be some attendance issues coming up too, and you can never have too many bats right now.
Well, the thing I'm just curious about is I know Will Morris is supposed to be making more series, so if he's there, you have what? You have Cody Runnels, you've got Leday,
Mansell,
you got Manziel, you've got Devlin, Cody, that's 5. You've got
Boba,
Sashi. You also have Will Morris if he shows, that's 6. So if that happens, maybe they hit 7. I don't know.
Yeah, again, I think that you can't never have too many at bats. The season's over the summer. It's on weekends. Yeah. Get another bat for what they didn't think cost them a whole lot.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go right into rankings.
Cody says Will moving to Florida.
Well, yeah, he goes where the work is, so I can't think about that. But I like Will. We like Will. We had some good times drinking some hot cocos and eating some pizzas.
Will's a good guy, man. I've talked to him a bunch. He's a really cool guy to be around for sure.
Yeah.
All in all, good trade for both sides.
Yeah, both sides. And again, I think this is the first of many.
I think next week we're gonna on the show. There's gonna be a lot of what's the word? A lot of trades gonna be discussed. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. So we had some trades that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Legends were working on a deal, fell through. Yeah. I know you guys were working on a deal, fell through.
Still currently working.
On a deal. But as we get closer, especially with the standings, so take a look. PLW, PremierLeagueWiffle.com. Look at standings. Yeah. You can see the top 4 trying to run away and hide, and that leaves 6 teams playing for one spot. And
arguably, I think that as of right now, look at the standings. Those top 4, they're kind of it's not. I personally, I'm not going to say anything, but the top 4 teams are very, very good right now.
Yeah,
they're very, very good,
and they haven't had any attendance issues yet.
Slight, but they're not missing all their stars, and a lot of teams are. So.
Yep. So we're going to go right into the rankings. So we're going the way my man J-Dub says. We're going to start at number 10. Number 10 is the Pharaohs. Yeah. So we kind of talked about this. Do you want to do the good or the bad?
I don't know if there's any good right now.
Well, do you want to do the good or the bad?
I'll do the good.
Okay, you'll do the good. I'll be the bad guy.
Yeah.
What's the good?
Logan Christie.
Yep.
Simple as that. If they can find a way to ride Logan, pause. If they find a way to, get on Logan's back and be able to help Logan get to some wins, I think this team could be good. The problem is they have to all kind of piggyback off of Logan's energy. Logan, I was watching the series. He's hype. He's diving for balls. He's taking good at bats. He's pitching well. He's got the energy that team needs. And right now, nobody's I guess Seth Barton hasn't really been missing many series. So if Seth can get on board and they can get Parker Trask pitching and Riley Baxter, if they get all these guys that can show up weekly or week in and week out and they can kind of go off of Logan's energy, I think this team has a chance. But right now they're not showing up and everybody kind of looks like they don't want to be there. And it's not a pretty sight right now. But the one positive is Logan Christie on that team right now.
The bad, attendance. You don't have any.
Yep.
You have to pick up players. Your roster still has, you have 10 people on your roster that I know of that are on the stats.
Yeah.
One is Tara Hall,
Yep.
and the other one is Tyler. Tyler doesn't live here.
Yep.
He lives in California, which means you have 8 people.
Yep.
When 2 guys don't show, you have 6 people.
Yep.
The mojo and the enthusiasm that they show to get into the league, they don't have it.
Yeah.
And
I didn't mention Zoe Tanner because we all know Zoe. Zoe's good. He's a veteran on the team. He's going to help them out for sure.
yes, Dustin Skaggs. He lives in California, so Skaggs lives in California. I'm not a big fan of the out-of-town because if you check roster history, no out-of-town roster has won a player, has won a championship. Yeah. They've got to find – I think they need to pick up at least one player.
Yep.
I think they would have benefited from maybe getting somebody, but again, I don't know. They don't have any real assets. They traded the number 1 pick.
Well, I think the biggest thing was they were hoping that the attendance would be better. I don't think they thought that they were going to be missing their top 4 rookies week in and week out, whether it be 2 missing, 3 missing, 1 missing. I think they thought that they were going to have their full strength lineup more weeks than not. So right now it's not looking good over there.
Yeah, it's not looking good, but the other thing that's bad is they're 1-8 against the top 5.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately they're getting feasted on, and they still have 2 more series against the teams in the top 5. So that could be if that turns out to be like a 1-14 stretch, that's you're playing. I would be working on your lineups and making sure you got people for the relegation
100%.
tournament. So number 9, the O&Es.
Yeah, I can't disagree with this one either. And honestly, them and the Pharaohs are duking it out for that 10 spot. I think both teams could be tied at 10. I don't think either one's better than the other. But if Couts and them show again, if the attendance, if the Pharaohs are full strength and the ones are full strength, who are you taking? You gotta take the ones.
I'll
right?
take the ones just
because
yeah, just because of AK and Goot.
So putting him at the 9th spot makes sense. But both teams look horrendous right now.
Yeah, and that's the bad. If Dave Cabrera has to be in the lineup and pitch, that's bad.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see.
No.
I mean, we put in Dave Cabrera against the Cajuns. I said it the other day in the chat. It was like putting up, a AAA pitcher against the Dodgers right now. You can't pitch Dave against the Cajuns right now.
Yeah. So another team that struggles against, they have some good. I like what Ogburn's doing. I like what Parsons is doing. I like what Goot's doing. When AK's there, he's hitting over 400. Got to figure out a way to play better defense. They just traded away arguably one of their best defensive players.
Arguably one of the best outfielders in the league.
Yeah, so they traded him away. That means more playing time, but I think they need to look at the waiver wire. They got to find one of these veterans.
Tannick says AAA, you mean high school pitcher?
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I think the ones are kind of mailing it in right now. I think they're trying to just load up on draft picks and getting ready for the draft. But the problem in this league is there's relegation. So you have to get a good enough team to even stay in the league because if they don't make the league, those picks, I don't know what happens to the picks, but
they just go away.
Regardless, they lose them. So they need to be able to at least compete. So
yeah, and that's the goal. Another team that struggles against, so they're 0-6 against the top 5 in the power rankings, which we're not quite there yet. That means they have still 3 series against the top 5.
Yep.
They've got some tough road ahead. They need some attendance. They need Stein to show up. He'll be here this week. It looks like AK is going to be in the lineup this week, so a little bit different lineup when those two are in it. But it still looked like Dave Cabrera because they only had 6, so they had to bat Dave. We're going to go to number 9. I got the Night Owls. Number 8, excuse me, the Night Owls.
Yeah, I don't disagree with this as well. I think the bottom 3 teams are kind of obvious, whichever way you want to put them. But the Night Owls do have, in my opinion, the most the best chance of being able to succeed in this league right now because of who they have on their roster. So the bad I would say right now for them is pitching. And they're Levi, I know he's one of the best pitchers in this league, but the problem that he's facing right now is he can't walk people out, or he can't walk. So with that being said, when he gets a walk on him or he gets some full counts, he's going to throw cookies. And in this league, cookies turn into runs. So, yeah, he's one of the best pitchers in this league, but I was also going to give up 7-8 runs because he knows that there's nobody behind him right now. So it's kind of a gift and a curse right now for them as far as pitching.
I would say that they have to limit the number of walks. They walk entirely too many people. And that turns those solos into 3 and multi. We all know solos don't hurt, but they walk out. They consistently walk out. And, again, I don't know if it's simply finding the pitch that hits the zone, like whatever it is. If I just got a little 12-6 or a little slide piece that hits the zone, guys are going to get themselves out half the time
100%.
on just
make it competitive.
Yeah.
People are going to roll over 90% of the times in this league.
Yeah, so when there's nothing, I won't say there's nothing behind him, but there hasn't been any effective behind him. Holligan has struggled throwing strikes. Kiefer has struggled throwing strikes.
Yeah.
Bo Evans, when he comes in, again, they kind of throw the fire, and then it's like, oh, we got to throw a cookie here because you can't walk somebody. Got to stay out of that. Let's see who else we got in the chat today. We got Adam Tannick.
Got a bunch of people in there.
Yeah.
I think Raven in the Desert. I think that's
James Ogburn.
right?
Yep, James Ogburn. Yep.
And I see Miller. Apparently, Miller was told that pitching wasn't their problem, but that's their clubhouse issues. We're not going to discuss those. But speaking of Miller, it's kind of tough watching him over there. I mean, the kid's a superstar in this league, and he's kind of just his mood is kind of shot because the team's not winning. And I hate to see like the superstars down there kind of struggling. So,
but winning's an attitude. They got. I think they're gonna be better second half than they are first half.
Yeah.
We'll be one third through the season this week. That still gives you plenty of time to make changes.
Yeah. It kind of sucks for Miller because the other team he supports is also down there.
So
he can't even hide right now.
And the Owls are another team struggles against the top competition. 1-8 against the top 5. That's
you're
not
going
to
get. You're going to see a common denominator between all these teams right now that are hoping to get in the playoffs. They're all struggling against the top teams right now, except for one. But
we know who.
Yeah, we're going to move on past
so,
that.
7. I got your snappers.
I'm out of here, Brad. See you later, brother. Take care.
And this is basically, for me, it's results oriented. I don't think you're the 7th best team in the league, but the record says you're the 7th best team in the league.
I think we're the first.
So
No, I don't. But yeah, it's hard to argue with this just because of how the weekend went. I still would like us at least in the 6th spot, but I mean, hey, when you get swept in the fashion we did, it's kind of hard to argue with your ranking there. Our worst is obviously pitching. We struggle with the same thing, but our lineup is very, very good. And a lot of people, I think we have one hitter right now under 300 in the starting 6, but it's not going to win you games. Pitching wins in this league.
Yeah.
And like Sashi said best, we can beat anybody, but the problem is our pitching can't. I think all our ERAs are above 5. I got to figure out how to do pitch. Taylor, he's trying to hold it down, man, but it's like, you ever seen the flex tape commercial where they try to put the flex tape over the holes in the buckets, and the problem is they just keep popping up, and we're trying to hope that Taylor can hold it down on the mound, and it's like we got to give him some help. I know Shane's been holding it down, throwing strikes, but we need someone else to be able to kind of come in and help out at the top there in our rotation.
Yeah, and that was my write-up. You'll see it when we put the rankings up.
Yeah.
Somebody other than Taylor has to figure out to get somebody out.
Yep.
And it's been, when he's walked out, it's been at critical times. Yeah. It's been, hey, first and
what
third.
Sucks about that is take for instance the Cajuns. If Roosh is having an off day and he decides that he doesn't want to pitch anymore and he ends up walking out, guess who's coming right at you? Andrew Leday. And if Leday struggles, they have options, and right now we don't. So when when Taylor walks out, Shane, he kind of comes in, but again, he's a contact guy. So when guys are seeing him well, it gets rough. And right now, I can't throw a strike, and I can't, keep the ball in the yard apparently right now. So it's not pretty after Taylor. It's really not.
So, and this is another team. You guys struggle against the top 5 that are in the rankings. You guys are 0-6 against the top 5.
And one was the Vipers. They swept us, and the other one happens to be this past weekend, the Vaders.
Yep. So you guys got some tough series left. You guys still got the Lightning. You got the Bombers. You still got, Vipers.
And I do feel like we had a chance in technically both series, and I think the Vipers was one that we definitely let it get away that we didn't want to let it get away because they're kind of in the same boat. Their pitching wasn't as strong as ours, but their bats came alive, and we couldn't match them. So The Vaders is just is a beating by them.
So
hopefully we come back from that.
Yep. So now I'm going to go number 6. I think I have a number 6. Yeah, it's the Bomber Boys.
Yeah.
I watched that series, and I think we all kind of talked about after the show. They had to sweep.
Brad, pause. You can't be putting yourself 5 over the Bombers.
Yeah, we can.
Legends are not in the 5 spot.
Yeah, we are.
Brad.
We are.
The Bombers are coming off of a sweep.
Yeah, a sweep that was, like I said, if they didn't
Brad,
sweep.
it doesn't matter if they swept 5 homeless people off the street, Brad. You can't put them 6 and you guys 5, and you guys just lost the series, Brad.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Brad.
okay. We get to play the Bombers in 2 weeks. It'll be fine. It'll all work out.
Brad.
It'll all work out because they have also a big problem with teams.
Listen, PLW Nation, next Thursday we'll be doing 2 different power rankings because this is blasphemous. Cannot believe this.
But we talked about this. I think even Trevor hit the nail on the head after the production.
Yeah.
They have to sweep.
Yeah.
They almost didn't.
Yeah, but at the same time, like
I said, can you look bad in a sweep?
No, not really. If you won 3 games 1-0, it's not bad. You won.
Okay. I'm just saying, I thought they looked...
When it comes to the championship, if you win, 3 games 1-0, you're champions.
But we tagged that Mateo home run. Mateo saves the season.
Brad, I'm upset with you right now, Brad.
That's okay. You can be upset. We can be upset. My feelings, I'm not emotionally involved.
No, I think this is good, though. This is good for the show, man.
Like, I think this could be either way. Like, flip a coin. Like, flip a coin. Yeah. So, the next one, again, my beloved Legends.
Next week, I'm putting the Legends at 10. Just for
we've been 10. I've been 10. I had us at 10. We scored 3 runs against the Cajuns, and they didn't have Manziel.
I'm just messing with you.
The good for us is when we have a full lineup, we're a playoff
we didn't
team.
do the good and the bad for the Bombers. What do you have? I'm trying to think what I have for the bad, really. Again, this is the one team that just confuses me, and I compared them. You watch basketball, Brad?
Yes.
If you remember the Clippers when they had Lob City, when it was Blake Griffin and Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan, and all that talent just couldn't do anything. That right now is just the Bombers to me 100%. I can't pick a bad part of the Bombers.
They're my
I mean,
pick to win the
stats. You can go off numbers, but like the eye test, that team is just so good.
Yeah.
They're pitching. Max, Trevor, Kenny's looked good. Alex looks good. Mateo looks good. At the dish, everyone's hitting bombs. Like, where is the bad?
Because
the fielding, maybe?
No,
I don't know.
When they don't hit bombs, which they didn't.
That's true.
They get swept.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not called the singles. They're called the bombers. They're in the lower third of on base percentage, but
I think Cody put it best. It's like when they slump, they all slump together, and when they're all hot together. You can't have that. You got to have somebody that can kind of hold it down when the rest of the team is
PLW
struggling.
Nation, just so we're all clear, the Bombers are my pick to win the championship.
Yeah, they should be his pick for 5. But
But so now we're going to go to my Legends, who we avoided a sweep. We didn't play great.
Yeah.
We had a chance to win 2, but we didn't.
Yeah.
The good for us is when I have a full lineup, I think we're a top 5 team for sure.
If Decal shows up,
Well, again, I have
alone is insane. Casey, you need Casey on the mound. You need Billy there.
Yep, they're both. We're gonna be almost at full strength.
Yeah.
I like my pitching. I like my defense.
Yeah.
Cade's gonna be there. He's missed a couple weeks because he's
such a stud, man.
Baseball coach. Alex Garcia is gonna make it.
Yep.
Brendan Height is playing like a steal at 10.
I love watching him play. His lefty swing is so smooth.
Yep, lefty swing, and it's like Ethan's holding down second base. I got maybe one of the best third basemen in the history of PLW, still holding it down. Trench at third, and Trench is leading the league in complete games. He's one of the top 15 in ERA. I'm good with where we are, but we are one of the few teams that haven't struggled against the top. We're 3-3 against the top 5, and we've got a tough couple of weeks. We got Sand Vipers, and then the Vaders.
Sashi said it best. This league is sick because if the Bombers won it all, I wouldn't even be shocked. That's true. Like,
yeah. If anybody,
every season coming in, I'm like, the Bombers should be favored, and somehow they just don't do it.
But the bad for us, it's attendance.
Yeah,
and
I mean, you're gonna see another common denominator. A lot of the bads for these teams, attendance and pitching. And it's in this league, like pitching is so huge. Like, again, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, the Cajuns don't have power. The Cajuns don't score. The Cajuns don't do this." Look what happens. Lede and Roos held it down, and now they're out here dropping 30 runs a series. So it's like,
but
you need that pitching. You need it.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to 4. This one's, again, tough because the teams that have the win and Ross, but I got the Cajuns.
Yeah. Whoa, Brad. Come on.
What?
The Cajuns are not at 4, Brad.
Wait till you see the top 3.
Oh, my God.
Hey. So
Brad, listen. You know what happened last year? People doubted the Cajuns. And what happened? They decided to steamroll the league.
They did.
Brad, we need to stop this now. We play the Cajuns this week. I can't have them taking this anger out on us.
Well,
we're not doing it.
Well, they're taking out a lot of anger on the bottom teams.
They need to leave us alone before I have to go slash tires or something so they don't show up this week.
Yeah, so they've every series they've had to win, they've won.
Brad.
Yes.
Let me put it to you this way.
Yeah.
Who are the two best pitchers in the league?
In my opinion,
yes. Stats too.
Well, stats too. I'm an Eder fan. You know this. Yes. I'm a Tanner Roundy fan. You know this. But right now, I'll have to say it's Leday. I think Leday's the best pitcher in the league.
Yes.
And Ryan Roosh has the best numbers.
Okay. So you have the two best pitchers in the league, correct? Mm-hmm. Who do you think is leading the league right now?
I know who lead. I got to watch him for a whole season. Gavin Manziel.
Okay. Cody Runnels, top 3 in walks. Yeah. Just hit 3 bombs. Been hitting his behind off. You got Sashi Bobo on defense. Mm-hmm. You got Giordano hitting the ball. You got Devlin hitting bombs. Brad, what? How do you put this team 4?
Because the top 3 are really good.
Okay, Brad. Okay. But let's go for the good and the bad now. Let's go for the good and the bad.
So you do the good.
Okay. The good for the Cajuns is the pitching staff 100%. Mm-hmm. When that team does not hit, their pitching staff is going to hold it down.
Yep.
I think Leday's ERA is 1.2. I think Roosh is like a 0.9 or something like that. So if they don't hit, that team is going to carry them. Mm-hmm. And I think that alone is going to be enough to take a team to the championship. It took them there last year.
Yeah.
So I think that right now is their good. Obviously, they have a million goods. Their team is looking well and everything else. But
so the bad.
Yeah, the bad. I'm curious.
Who pitches game 3?
Okay. That's fair.
It's a pitching machine. It's a pitching machine. Yeah. The back end of that lineup gets better. I'm not saying it's not good, but it gets better with the addition of Barrett because they struggled last season until they added Baker.
Tannick says I'm sucking up since we play them this weekend. Tannick has nothing to do with that. I talk mess to them all the time.
Yeah, we talk about
actually, I got a video to show too, and we'll show that later when we talk about matchups. But
so back end of the rotation, Boba's been pitching well out of the. But if you can get Roosh to walk out, I think their biggest strength is Roosh is not afraid to walk out, and Leday doesn't walk out.
Yeah.
So, but if you can get them to walk out, now you're looking for somebody who hasn't proven they can get people out. Devlin has all the stuff in the world. Mm-hmm. If he finds it, he's unhittable.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't find it, he spikes 2. You got first and second, nobody
Looks
out.
like they're saying Sasha's a 1.5 ERA.
Yeah, Sashi's pitched great. He's been like their closer. He's come in and pitched fantastic. Yeah. But it's also been against, they're 7-2 against the bottom 5. They've played the bottom 5, and they've done exactly what they were supposed to do. Because one of the teams that they have 2 losses against is the Legends. So they've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat. Yeah. They've played well. They're ascending, and they're hot as hell. Could be 3? Yes. They could be 1. If you just go by how good they are, but they do have losses. They're 9-6.
Yeah, we're gonna let you get to the top 4 here, and then I'll put them in.
You put them in the J-Dub order. You got it. We got the J-Dub. Number 3, I got the Lightning.
Okay. This one I don't disagree with.
Okay.
I think the Lightning are perfect at the 3 spot right now.
So Lightning have they got out to another fast start.
Actually, I disagree. Sorry. Go ahead.
Got to another fast start. Yeah. Led by Hallett, led by Purdy.
Yeah.
Spurrier's cooled off a little bit, but still elite defense. Yeah. On base percentage. Jaden Trout's backing up that. And when Dalby shows up, they're elite because now they have 4 elite pitchers.
Okay, so I'm probably going to have my head on a stake when I say this, Brad. But Dalby has not been what people think he is lately.
No, he hasn't. But he does.
I mean, since last season, I think he's been hitting like 260 right now. And Dalby is a robot. Let me put that out right now. He's one of the best fast pitch players in the world. But when it comes to PLW, for some reason, it's different to these fast pitch players, and it's very rare that they come in. I mean, you have like Leday, you've got Tannick, you had Tom when he was here, but besides that, like when Robles came, he struggled. When Dalby comes, he's struggling now. So it's like, I personally don't think that makes them elite. I think what makes them elite is when Spurrier can pitch. Mm-hmm. When Spurrier walks out and he's struggling to throw strikes, they're in trouble. Because, you have Purdy. But have you noticed a lot of games, Purdy ends up going extra innings.
Yeah.
So when Purdy throws 7-8 innings, now you got to lean on Hallett. And Hallett, again, he's one of the best players in this league, but he's still kind of fresh when it comes to pitching. He's only had a season and a couple weeks now of pitching. Mm-hmm. So it's like he still is going to find him in spots where he gets nervous. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and look there, Tannick says, Dalby 267 on base. That's not great.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
I look at it when Spurrier is able to pitch. Yeah. and Trout is here, right? Tyler gets to play center field. If they take Tyler out of center and put him on the mound, the entire dynamic of their defense changes, and it makes it less effective. He's probably the one outfielder that can cover. I mean, we have several outfielders that can cover a lot of ground, but he's a lot of grace, a lot of ease, but it allows Trout to move the short or Dobby to short or whoever but they're missing that because Joey Franklin can man left field, no problem, right?
Joey looks really good. His swing looks really good too. They got a steal right there.
That's the weakness I see for the Lightning. It's the back half of that lineup, right? Because you got the big four. Purdy's hitting in the 6 hole, but if Jaden has a good series like he did last week, their lineup is 6-man deep. If they doesn't show up, they got problems.
I think I could say their downside right now is they really don't have like a dog. They don't have someone that's like, I'm going to take over this series. And it should be Hallett. He's the best player on that team. But when things are not going well for them, he's kind of like, all right, I'm here. Like, I'm the best player on this team, but like, I need Hallett to be like, give me the ball, I'm pitching. Or I'm going to hit this bomb, I'm going to do this. Like, someone on that team, like, they need that dog mentality in them. Right now, I don't see it. I think kind of when the Lightning are struggling and not playing well, the whole team's kind of like, all right, well, we suck. Like, that's kind of their attitude when they start going down.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I look at them as when they're up and they're chirping and they're having a good time. Again, it's not evil chirping. It's internal. They ride that wave, and they can ride that wave to 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row. But if they get beat.
Sorry to cut you off, Brad, but this is just a big topic for me. They said Spurrier tries to be that. Spurrier is that when they're doing well.
Yeah.
But when they're not doing well, I see he has a little, like, he's got a little, I wouldn't say tantrums, but he's upset. He's not that same loud, like, let's go, guys. Everyone's on the fence cheering on. Like, when they're winning 100%, Spurrier's an absolute dog when they're winning. But if he starts to struggle and the team starts to struggle, they all start to argue in the dugout, and there's like problems that arise between the team, and you don't want that out of a top team.
They batted out of order,
which is why, in my opinion, again, back to that, things like that is the reason why they're not right now in my top 3 is because you cannot have that as a top team. You'll never. I mean, the Vaders argue 100%. The Vaders argue in the dugout. Everyone knows that in the league, but they still buckle down and they still beat the living crap out of teams. The Lightning do it. They start to argue in the dugout, and next thing you know, they're getting swept.
Yeah.
So like that's the difference between, like, if you're gonna have problems in the dugout, you still need to go out in the field and produce. So it's like people are like, oh, the Vaders have problems, but the Vaders still win.
Yeah.
The Lightning have problems and they lose games. So that's the difference, in my opinion, between the top teams right now.
So this is a team that feasted on the bottom.
Yeah.
But they've also got 10 wins, but they got 5 wins against the top 5 in the standings.
It's hard to argue with that.
But they went 5-1. They've handled their business. They got plenty of get right with the bottom half of the schedule. So now we go to number 2. I got the Vipers.
Agree with this.
Offense. The good is the offense, the offense, the offense, the offense.
Say it one more time, Brad.
The offense. And
yeah,
Adam Tannick is leading the league in wins. He's with top 5 ERA.
Yep.
The defense is fantastic.
Yeah. And right now, with these 2 teams left, I don't think I have a bad, because the Sand Vipers coming into the season, everyone was like, Tom's gone. They have no pitching. That's every team's thought in the league. Like, oh, we're just going to pounce all over their pitching. They have no pitching. Tannick came in. It looks like season 1 Tannick again pitching. And then AJ Petrovsky has found something, because people can't hit AJ as well. I guess the one bad I could say is who's their game 3 starter. When Keegan is here, Keegan's effective. But outside of that, like, McDowell's kind of hittable, and a lot of teams have kind of hit him well. So they need a game 3 starter. But right now, their pitching staff, that was the biggest question mark, is kind of really not a question mark right now for them. And their hitting is as hot as ever. So
we get to play them. I'm going to give Legend Nation some hope, but we'll do that when we do the predictions. Because I have not a bad,
Sam
but
Vipers by 100, Brad.
And then
last time I said this about a team, they didn't score at all.
Yeah,
so
right. Thanks. And then the last one, I got the Vaders.
Yeah.
I think
this isn't even really up for discussion right now, to be honest.
Yeah, they're a team that they feasted on the bottom. They're 9-0 against the teams in the bottom. Yeah. They're 3-3 against the teams in the top. They've got some tough games coming up, but they're riding a 10-game win streak. The Vipers are on a 10-game win streak.
Yeah. I want to see these 2 teams clash right now.
Yeah, and this
saw it earlier already, but we got to wait a long time.
You got to wait a long time to see it again.
It's unfortunate.
Vipers have already played the Lightning and the Vipers.
Yeah.
So the rest of their season is against the guys that are below them. Yeah. Not necessarily better or worse, but when they've won some of these 10-game series, like this 10-game win streak, no Gio, no Hut.
Yep.
Edders, the bat hasn't showed up yet, but the pitching has been fantastic.
Absolutely.
Billy's hitting has been there, but he hasn't pitched well.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the
When
heck?
those two players right there balance out and Billy starts to get back to his Cy Young ways and Kyle hits the way he's supposed to be hitting, good luck.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I'm going to say is good luck to the rest of the teams in the league. Like, right now, people should be happy that Kyle's struggling. They should be happy that they're hitting Billy because this isn't what they're used to. But the problem is the Vaders playing this well with that happening. Like I said last week, it's scary for the league right now. I think the only team right now that can really kind of compete with, like, the staff is kind of like the Cajuns. I mean, the Sand Vipers can compete as far as the bats, but as far as an entire from top to bottom, it's right now it's not close. The Vaders look unbeatable right now. Look untouchable.
I think they have 6 walks to play with every game when Roundy shows up. Yep. Stepman is a qualified pitcher. He can throw strikes. Sasai can come in and throw strikes. And they still got Walker. Yep. So they have 8.
Tyler Walensky's looked really good.
Tyler
on that
Walensky's
team. Defensively. I saw he made a play last week where he jumped like 8 or 9 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Like, it was unreal.
Yeah.
So that team top to bottom right now looks really, really good.
He played really well. That kind of concludes that. So we're going to go player of the week. My player of the week is Adam Tanek. 3-0.
He's going to love that.
He's going to love it. We're sucking him up because we're playing him next week, and the curse of Trench is real.
Roundy right there says he doesn't plan on missing any more games.
Oh, that's bad news. Tanner, I'll buy beer. We'll go to the baseball game. I just think that he's probably he was the best player in the league for a long time. He kind of had maybe a step back seasons 4 and 5. Like, the wind was tough. Season 4, he struggled because they traded Trench. Yeah. Kind of got through that. He's finding his groove now. He's hitting the ball. He's pitching. Like I said, he's pitching like the old Tanek, the Tanek of old, getting people out, pitching to contact, and relying on his exceptional defense.
Yep. Roundy says, deal. Might miss a series now. I lied.
Yeah, we'll get those seats that you saw me at, Tanner. We'll sit up behind home plate right next to the bar. So now we're going.
Cody's upset with your pick. How is it not Manziel? Oh boy, when do the Legends play the Cajuns again?
Well, it doesn't matter. It could have been Manziel, but here's the thing: Manziel didn't pitch. Yeah. He played fantastic. He was 8 for 10.
Yeah. 9 for 11.
9 for 11. Tanek got all 3 wins.
Yeah.
He won every game. So it's kind of hard to be a player of the week when you only get one side of the ball. For me, you kind of got to do both. If Tanek didn't get 3 wins, yeah. I mean, I could have picked. I have a half dozen guys that I could have gone through, like Santiwan with 7 runs and 2 wins.
I mean, in your defense, again, it doesn't really matter who you pick. Someone's going to kind of be upset here.
Oh, yeah.
I know last week there was a couple guys that won them, and I remember, not to bring myself up, but I won it over Chen, and Chen, I think, had a perfect game that week.
Yeah.
So it's like someone's going to, because if he got it out, obviously, yeah, I'd have been upset. So, like, someone's always going to be upset here. Gavin had an amazing series.
Oh, yeah.
But it's kind of hard to argue when Tanek pitches the way he pitched. I think you could have won either way. But Tanek definitely is they're well-deserved for sure.
All right, so now we're going to the predictions. Our favorite part of the show. We start off Saturday.
Wait, did we pass trade talks or is that after?
We already did the trade talk.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did.
So, the predictions. First series, Owls, Vaders. My man can't stop laughing.
Night Owls sweeping.
So...
yeah, no, this is a chance. Well, it depends on attendance as well. But
Vaders are complete. Yeah. No Ibarra, who we still haven't talked about. He's going to be here for some series. Yeah, he's the only person not here.
That, man. Again, I need to see Ethan here because Sasai has preached and preached and preached. Even this last year that Ethan's coming back. I think Ethan made 1 series or 2 series last year. He's only made 1 this year, or maybe 2. I need to see Ethan here. When Ethan shows up and plays, that's when I'll believe Ethan's back. But until then, I'm not worried about Ethan.
So I got the Vaders taking 2 out of 3 here. I think
Vaders are Vaders by 100.
Like
Lede said, Vaders by 100.
Wow, we're getting Miller's in there.
Miller told me to
stop. We played a 45 in this league, buddy. So I hate to predict sweeps. I think it's much harder than what the results have shown so far this season.
Yeah. If this series is not a sweep, I might have to paint my face again.
Oh no, not again.
This is probably. Let me see the rest of the series this week. Okay, yeah, there's just a couple more sweeps that I see happening. I'm predicting sweeps. I don't care. I hurt feelings.
So yeah, so he's gonna hurt feelings. If Miller and those guys, if Holligan can throw strikes and not walk out,
Yeah.
and if Levi remains the Levi that we know and love, Bo shows, Silva shows, Kiefer's there.
Sorry, if that happens, then the Vaders by 65.
By 65.
Not 100 anymore.
Not 100. Okay. So we both got the Vaders winning that one. I tend to agree. Vaders on a roll, 10 games in a row, but I would love to see the Owls sneak one. Why? Because I don't want them to approach our record. But guess who the Vaders play next week if they do sweep?
That's why you said 2 of 3.
Yeah, come on.
You guys aren't winning. You guys aren't beating them either, Brad.
We're playing them. We're going to be full. We'll be back at full strength.
Your 5th ranked legends are going to be the
right.
Guys.
Hey, if we win this week, we'll be 5th again.
Who
Damn
do you
it.
play this week?
Sand Vipers.
What do we got out there? Ethan better be rocking the 15 jersey this weekend. Oh. Yeah, we'll see, Society. When he doesn't show up, you're going to tell us his airport got closed or something.
Yeah. So, the middle series, I'll be in the booth for this series.
Oh, this is another
Lightning,
blowout.
Pharaohs.
Well, again, I don't know. If Seth shows up and Parker and Baxa, they still lose the series, but they might squeak one.
This is another one. Looks like the Lightning might be. Oh, Lightning. Lede's like, give me the. Lede don't say nothing in front of the camera, but he has got the keyboard cowboy.
Me and Lede have the same feelings a lot of times because he just be saying stuff out of the blue, and I'm like, I'm kind of right there with you, Lede.
So, nicest guy. This is my sweet potential.
Yeah.
Because if
this is the biggest sweet potential for sure.
If somehow, some way, the Lightning can win in 3 or 4 innings and not you. Let's put it this way. If Chad is pitching in game 1 or 2 and it's to save Purdy innings for when they face Logan, lights out.
Yeah.
It's over because Spurs should be there.
Sashi says they can sign Ohtani and still won't matter.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the nightcap,
Yep.
the curse of Trench, Legends, Vipers.
Brad. Who are you taking?
I'm taking the Legends. I'm going with my boys. And hear me out. So, Tannic, the pitching great.
Is Decal going to be there?
No. No Sansone, no Decal.
Okay.
They pitch to contact.
Yep.
We put the ball in play.
Lede says Viper sweep, by the way.
Yeah, well, Lede thinks everybody's going to sweep.
I don't know who Jay Carter is, but I need you to not be talking about my Angels right now. Okay, Jay Carter? Let's relax a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, so even Tannic is saying Tannic's sucking up. We do hit Tannic well. Tannic is for as good as their staff is, this for Legends Nation, they're last in the league in strikeouts. So they don't strike anybody out and they don't walk anybody. That means the balls are getting in play. They're counting on their defense, which is fantastic. Yeah. With Dean at third, Hicks, Tavano up the middle, McDowell. You know, if Keegan shows, they got plenty of out. Defense isn't going to be their problem. Yeah. But we're going to put the ball in play, and we're going to make them play defense. Yeah. And we have enough pitching, I think, that if we can keep them in the yard.
So you have Billy, Casey, and Church are going to be here.
Billy, Casey.
No
Church. No Church. We have Trench.
Okay. And so you have to get all 3 starters.
We have 3 starters. Brendan Height from the left side, and I got Cade.
Wow, so the Vipers might sweep by a little less now.
Oh, okay. So my man says sweep. Hold on, let me get that. Hold on.
Write it down, baby.
There you go.
Put it in pen, too. Don't put it in pencil because you can erase that. Put that down in pen.
But just so everybody knows who went 5-0 last week, this guy. Now we go to Sunday. I think this is another series where the Bombers have to do damage.
So I said Adam's going to baptize you guys.
Wow, so much hate. We play the Vaders next week, so it's going to be that's going to be great.
Man,
Vaders get the full Monty. Everybody's here for that week. So, so now we go Bombers, ones. I've seen the ones line up.
Yep.
But Dave Cabrera's still hitting.
Yep.
But they have 6, and it looks like they're going to have Goot and AK.
Yep.
So and Stein. So they have Stein.
Wow.
So maybe it's Stein and Goot, no AK. Maybe it's Stein and Goot because you got Jamie, Ogburn, and Parsons. So yeah, it's two of their 3.
Before we give our predictions, I want to go down to the chat, or I want to go down into the dungeon, and I want to ask Trevor Bauer how many games they're winning here. Before we give our predictions,
he said sweep.
Oh, there it is. 3. He said that last week, and I got the
just
sweep.
like that too.
There's the 3-0. You guys heard it first. I don't agree with the 3-0, but definitely 2 of 3. If AK and Goot and Stein all them show, if they don't show, it's 100% a sweep.
Yeah, if Stein shows, Stein's good enough to win the game just by pitching. So we kind of agree on that one. And
it also depends too because Mateo's looking like he's heating up. So Mateo's heating up. Bauer's hitting bombs. Alex looked good again. Alex has been having some really good swings. I could see the ones for sure. I think the ones win a game.
Yeah,
but they definitely don't win the series. Oh, yeah, they also don't have Barrick.
Yeah, no Barrick now, but Stein will be here. So no Goot. So it's going to be Parsons. So it's going to be AK Stein.
Okay.
So
Stein's going to have to pitch.
9 innings.
He's going to have to pitch.
Yeah, and Parsons going to have to be effective like he was in that game too when he kind of kept the ones in it. He pitched well. Auburn needs to find that rhythm that he had against us where he kept the ball down, kept the ball in the yard. If they do that, they got a chance.
Agreed.
And then the last series of the night.
This is an easy pick for me.
Snappers, Cajuns.
Where's
all day Lede? Where's he at?
Cajun pack this week, baby. I need some Cajun to put on my dinner tonight. He's a smart guy. That's a smart guy. Actually, now that we're here, I want to show the chat.
We got phone access coming up.
Because the Cajuns like to troll on Instagram. Okay?
Yeah.
They love putting their little post. I saw the post. I saw it. I saw it when they first put it out. Lede decided to message me on the Cajuns' Instagram. He said, I know you've seen it already, but had to be sure. Let me go ahead and tag you in it too. And I'm going to show you guys this video. This is from Jurassic Park. So he's trying to show us that the Snappers are hiding from the Cajuns. That's absolutely false. Snappers winning this series 2 of 3.
All right. Well, I go the other way. I got the Cajuns.
Yeah,
I got the Cajuns rolling.
We know, bro.
So hold on. Let me get you down.
Go and write that thing down.
There we go. We got
that thing down.
We got it.
Listen, I'm not blowing up this time against the Cajuns. The last year we played them, I had a little upset. I was upset with my fielding. Johnny Castaneda decided to drop 2 fly balls. It made me very upset. I walked myself out on purpose. I got very upset. They decided to post it on Instagram. So I'm using that as my fuel. I'm going to listen to it in the shower. I'm going to be playing it in my dreams. I'm going to be playing it on the big screen. My girlfriend's going to have to watch it 100 times because I'm going to watch it 100 times. I'm coming for the Cajuns.
He says that's a Mother's Day massacre.
Listen, I'm Lede and Rush's father. Okay?
You heard it here first.
Father.
You heard it here first. Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. I got love for all those guys. But it's fun now, but when we get between those lines, it's definitely we're not friends in between those lines.
Yeah, I would say that about this league as a whole.
Yeah.
Between the lines, we all want to beat each other. Outside the lines, there's nobody I'd rather have a hot cocoa with, sit down, have some pizza, talk story. You know what I mean? So
no, listen, I'm getting memed if we don't win. I'm giving you guys the memes. Here you go, Lede. Make sure you record this because I know if things don't go well, you're definitely gonna clip this, and I love that.
So that's Thursday. That's the show. Never more fun than we had tonight.
One last comment. Cody says J-Dub's going to have his Crocs on by game 3. I'm excited for this week, man. There's a lot of good games going on.
So, and this is the official 1/3 spot. We'll be 1/3 of the way through the season. The halfway point is basically June 1st. Will be, halfway point. Trade deadline is coming. There's already been a couple minor moves. I think you guys are looking. I know that I'm looking. Trying to add pitching. Always trying to add pitching. When in doubt, I'm going to try and add pitching.
I will put it to you this way. The Snappers are going to add one of the best arms in the league on their team. You heard it here first. I'm not going to tell you who it is. But next Thursday, there will be an announcement. I'm going to put it to you that way.
All right. So it won't be this weekend, though.
No.
That would be, that might be
we wanted to give the Cajuns a chance. That's all it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. So you heard it here first. J-Dub's going to have breaking news. For Trevor Bauer downstairs. For J-Dub, I'm Brad Ogden. This was PLW
Just want to tell
Thursday
you guys,
night.
PLW Nation, we all love you guys. Again, this is not possible without any of you guys. We all love you guys, and thank you guys for your support, for real.
Absolutely. Hit the music.